Let's look at some YOLOs. This guy, a Blackberry Yolo. He has 50,000 shares of Blackberry. Wow. He lost $6,000 today. Maybe 42K YOLO into, what is that? Genus? G-N-U-S? I don't even know what that is. At open wasn't such a great idea. 16,000 shares. Average cost $2.65. Today's return, minus $10,000. Oh my god. He's down 24% today. Man, I love this forum. I love Wallstreetbets. All right. Next one. 45K. DraftKings calls. Mama didn't raise no biatch. Okay, this guy, 52 contracts of DraftKings, which is equivalent to 5,200 shares. Wow. So he's almost $50,000 in this. See, honestly, at face value, this looks like a YOLO, but as I looked at it more, you see down here, most of these calls are leaps. Okay, he has a call that expires next week for $64.50. So it only has to go up $5. Hopefully, I'm rooting for you, man. I hope you hit that. But after that, his next call option expires next year, in January of next year. And then he has options all the way until 2023. So I wouldn't really call this a YOLO, okay? Like, this is kind of smart to me. $70 call for January of next year. So it has to go up, what, $10 to hit that? That's not crazy, all right? That's not buying a $700 call on Gamestop. Like, that's very reasonable. $90. See, that's a little bit further out. 90, but in a year, it's not a year, it's like 9 months, but you know, DraftKings has to go up 30% to hit the 90 call. And then a year after that, he is 95, 90, 105, and 100. So this isn't too bad. This is actually like pretty reasonable trade here, and I'm rooting for this guy. I hope he hit it. And it looks like he has a pretty good shot at it too. He may be onto something here, because today we got some news about DraftKings. They are acquiring, is that VSIN or VSIN? The Las Vegas-based sports information network, founded by a group of Chicago entrepreneurs in 2017, has been acquired by DraftKings, the sports betting operator and technology company. Terms were not disclosed, but principals in the startup, founder and chief executive officer Brian Musburger and COO Bill Addy will continue to manage day-to-day operations, according to DraftKings. It's a company that tries to give you an edge in betting. I guess they analyze data and try to make good, educated guesses on what teams are gonna win and what bets are gonna hit. I guess kind of like what we do in the stock market as analysts. I don't know much about the company, but this looks like a good move. Here's another article. Robinhood trader may face $800,000 tax bill. What? This guy made a net profit of $45,000, right? But he transacted $45 million. So he did $45 million in volume and only made $45,000. And it says he only makes $60K at his day job. And at first I was like, how the hell does this happen? That doesn't make any sense. But I was reading more. It says he didn't really know specifically what the law was regarding this. This poor soul traded all of the popular stocks you see in the media consistently all year long, but he never knew anything about the wash sale rules. He booked a profit but was disallowed all the losses because he never once waited the 30 days on those stocks to book the loss. The wash sale rule is an IRS regulation that prohibits someone from claiming a loss by selling and purchasing either the same or similar securities within 30 days of the sale at the loss. To comply with the rule, investors must wait at least 31 days before repurchasing the same investment. If people are going in and out of names quickly, and they're generating losses and having offsetting and have offsetting positions, they've generated those losses within 30 days of a purchase. Those losses get suspended. He's swing trading, day trading the same stocks over and over. Yeah, he didn't wait the 30 days, so he couldn't claim any losses. Even though he made a net profit, he can't deduct any losses from his taxes because of this wash rule. So be careful, guys. Don't do the same mistake as this guy. We'll just talk about GME real quick. GameStop appoints Chief Growth Officer. That's not a real position. Imagine they made it one. You're a CGO. GME or GameStop announced that it has appointed Elliot Wilk to the role of Chief Growth Officer. Wilk's start date is April 5th, 2021. Wilk brings nearly 2 decades of branding, consumer goods, and e-commerce experience to GameStop. He joins from Amazon, where he spent the past 7 years holding a variety of senior roles across segments such as Amazon Fresh, Prime Pantry, and worldwide private brands. He began his career at Procter & Gamble and spent more than a decade in brand manager and marketing roles of increasing responsibility. At GameStop, Mr. Wilk will oversee growth strategies and marketing, with focus increasing on customer loyalty and growing the reach of its Power Up Rewards and Game Informer. Additionally, the company made 2 other hires, Andrea Wolf, Vice President of Brand Development, and Tom Peterson, Vice President of Merchandising. And these 2 worked with Ryan Cohen at Chewy. He hired former Amazon Web Services engineer lead Matt Francis as the company's new Chief Technology Officer, and former Amazon Fulfillment Director Jenna Owens of Amazon will now be the company's new Chief of Operations. Pretty good news for GameStop. I don't think you could call it a catalyst per se, but Ryan Cohen is definitely making an effort to turn this company around. You know, it's pretty encouraging. Before the whole GME thing, if you told me this guy could turn the company around, I wouldn't believe you. But hey, it looks like he's doing it. I looked up all these different people that he hired, so we're just going to go over their resumes. This is Elliot Wilk, the guy who was just hired. For Procter & Gamble, his first job, Procter & Gamble. He worked there for 11 years. He was a financial analyst, worked his way up, became a finance manager, then a brand manager, and then he left Procter & Gamble in 2013 for Amazon, and he's been there for 8 years. He was head of marketing and third-party wireless, merchandise manager, director, category leader. So it looks like he was a marketer for Amazon, and then eventually worked his way up to director of all these different industries that they go into. And now he's at GameStop. This guy, Matt Francis, he's the new Chief Technology Officer. Let's see his resume. This guy seems to be a software engineer. So he's a software engineer, senior software engineer for all these small companies. Software architect, engineer, principal engineer, director of engineering, VP, lead architect. So moved up in that company. He was at Zulily for 5 years. So for 10 years, he was working at these smaller companies as a software engineer. Then he moved on to Zulily for 5 years. Moved up pretty well there. Head of engineering, vice president of product and engineering at Zulily. So I guess he went back to Zulily. Chief technology officer of Fly Homes. And then he was engineering leader at Amazon for 1 year. And now he's at GameStop. Yeah, for some reason, Ryan Cohen really likes to steal people from Amazon. Jenna Owens, Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President at GameStop. So she's the COO. Yeah, she doesn't really have much on here, so we'll just move on. Really don't know too much about her. Thomas Peterson, Vice President, Merchandising at GameStop. This guy was at Wayfair for 4 years in business development. Then he went on to work for Zulily for almost 4 years. So another Zulily guy, manager of business development. And then Chewy. So this is where he met Ryan Cohen. Chewy. Director of Merchandising, Vice President of Merchandising. This guy is a marketer. He's a professional marketer. This guy is going to shill GameStop. That's his job, pretty much. The last person, Andrea Wolf, VP brand at GameStop. And this was the other lady from Amazon. So it looks like she's also in advertising and marketing. Some advertising jobs. Director at Whole Foods of Global Brand and Retail Marketing. And then she was at Chewy, Vice President of Marketing. And just a bunch of all these other marketing jobs. So now she's the VP of Marketing at GameStop. GME is still going. The fight is still on. Just like Meet Kevin said. I'm with you. You apes, I'm with you. Apes together strong. Apes together strong. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Great show today. Please like the video. Like the video and subscribe. And share with your friends, please. I'd appreciate that. If you want to support, check out my Patreon. I'm Ty. This has been Smarter Gambling. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.